Na, die sind ja auf PAX, die sind ja wirklich live. Ist ja der Wahnsinn. Hui, hui.
Folks, we got a show for you. They're still coming.
Oh, yeah.
That,
Come on in. There's still room. Pyramid Heads at the back there.
Oh, wow.
Panzerknacker, grüß dich. Wie geht's, wie geht's? Ja, da ist er, der MC-Code auf Erdbeerbrot. Und der andere Dödel, von dem ich den Namen vergessen
in the
habe.
biz, they call that a hype trailer.
Ja, ja,
Seems
das
that
ist
it
ein Hype,
worked.
der Trailer.
I felt pretty hype coming out of that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today for Dead by Daylight's 9th anniversary live stream.
9. Geburtstag, seid ihr gehypt?
From PAX East in
Vielleicht schalten die gleich noch rüber zu Movie Goldberg, könnte passieren. Sei mal nicht so enttäuscht, die schalten bestimmt gleich noch irgendwo rein, wo sie aufgenommen haben.
This is one of my favorite events every year, but I haven't been here for a good decade. What's happening? I don't. Oh, is the unknown? Is the unknown here?
Ach, da hat einer so einen Unknown-Kopf. Schön. Das sind doch die ganzen DBD-Mobile-Spieler, die da sitzen, oder?
I used to live in Boston, Massachusetts. But for some reasons out of our control, we haven't come for a number of years.
Yeah.
There was a global thing that happened.
Yeah. But yeah, PAX has always been very special for us. It's not only is it an amazing place to be, it's just awesome to be with our people here, but it's where it all began for us, right?
It is.
9 years ago, we had the smallest little booth you can get in the corner there, and then we showed our little game to people. We didn't have much back then. We were a team of 30 people. We had a dream. We had stars in our eyes.
Look at that.
30 Leute.
Oh, Jiminy Jilliker.
Und haben dann da irgendwie so eine kleine Bude gehabt und dann haben sich das ein paar Leutchen angeguckt.
Gem of a game, you know, this strange asymmetrical multiplayer game where 4 people are trying to escape a nightmare while someone is trying to murder them all. And somehow it resonated. People understood what we were bringing, and it worked.
It worked indeed. And you know what? We dove right into it. If no one knows, you should be ashamed, but this man right here, his name is Matt Cote, our head of partnerships on Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I think we did a pretty good job so far. Er ist es. Go play something else. Genau er himself.
I'm the community director on Dead by Daylight, and I'm very happy you're here.
Ja, ja. Why me?
So as Matt was saying, PAX specifically is very important to DBD. And Matt, I don't know if you know this, we've gone back to the archives, not those archives, our archives. We've gone back to our archives. Calm down.
Also das ist jetzt alles nur bla bla, wir sind so toll, bla bla, vor 9 Jahren waren wir so klein, bla bla, jetzt sind wir riesengroß, bla bla bla. Und jetzt zeigen sie halt von 2016.
The idea has always been when you start the game, you don't know who you're up against, you don't know what powers are going to be facing you, you don't know which map you're going to be in. And
ja, er erklärt jetzt, wie Dead by Daylight eigentlich mal gedacht war. Susi, grüß dich. FNAF erklären sie später noch.
Wow.
Not sure what was up with my eyebrows.
Nee, Patrick ist halt nicht.
For Matt's eyebrows. 2016 eyebrows were very bushy. I love it. So I like to think the team delivered on what you said, and now we are in a place where we have 38 killers. 38 survivors, 45. Jesus, I have it backward. 38 killers, 45 survivors, and
insane.
A billion
38
perks.
Killer, 45 Survivor.
And so many really, really awesome licenses that came to join us over the years.
Yeah, so I think you have always said it's kind of a love letter to the 70s and 80s horror movies that we all love.
Mann, grüß dich.
What really kicked it off on the partners licensing side was Mr. Michael Myers, right?
Yes, Halloween. There are a few here, I believe. Halloween was the very first time we brought in some legends of horror.
Jetzt reden sie über die Lizenzen. Myers war halt die erste Lizenz und so weiter und so fort. Ein Liebesbrief an die 80er. Ghostface haben sie damals selber geleakt übrigens, falls ihr das nicht wusstet.
Yeah, one of the big milestones for us was probably like Silent Hill.
Silent Hill war ein Milestone, sagen sie. Ja gut, Silent Hill ist halt tatsächlich ein gutes DLC.
Silent Hill was the very first time we had a video game chapter, and for us it meant quite a lot because Silent Hill and Resident Evil specifically were games that inspired a lot of us on the team to make video games, right? They were with us when we were young, and
also Silent Hill hat sie überhaupt inspiriert, unter anderem Videogames zu machen und Resident Evil auch. Und deswegen sind sie da so glücklich drüber, dass diese Lizenzen den Weg nach DBD-Land geschafft haben. Sieht gut aus, Juicy. Das ist die
Just saying, that's my
Gemütliche
opinion. Just a guy with opinion. I just realized, by the way, I want to apologize to this half of the room because I'm just looking over here at Matt.
It's okay, I'm looking at them.
Hi.
Ja, gut.
Yeah, you get Matt's face, which is better in the end anyway. Or you
Ein
can
paar
look at me up
blöde
there.
Laien und so
Sorry.
müssen ja auch noch
So
sein.
yeah, iconic licenses, Matthew. It's a nice segue actually to our show today. We've made add another or some.
Yes.
Well, then let's, without further ado,
Yeah, what are
dive
we
into
gonna
the
talk
run of
about today?
show to tell you what we're actually going to talk
locker.
about instead of Matt and I just rambling.
Da sind
So if you want to
sie,
put that
die
up on the
Götter.
screen, we're going to kick
Vergiss es.
things
Der
off.
Olymp hat geöffnet.
Whenever you want, with Jose and Justin to talk about the upcoming
jetzt
content roadmap.
Josie und
As
Justin
well as,
reden über die Roadmap,
quality
da
of
wird's
life
spannend.
updates.
Danach kommt Five Nights at Freddy's, danach kommen die Collections, da wird's langweilig und danach kommt Choose Your Own Chapter, was auch immer das sein soll. Also ich will die Teletubbies, das weiß ich jetzt schon. Oder die Power Ranger.
Dave and I will be back to give you more details on the next chapter, which is, of course, Five Nights at
17 Uhr, was ist
Freddy's.
hier los?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Hui. Die Hölle hat die Schenkel
They
geöffnet.
said it could never happen.
They said we shouldn't do it.
They're doing it.
Oh, welchen
live.
Eistee hast du denn, Juicy? Lass dir schmecken.
After that, we've got fan favorite Rosalie to introduce you to some amazing upcoming collections that
Ja.
are coming to the game.
Wenigstens machen sie die uninteressanten Sachen zum Schluss und nicht direkt.
And then my favorite, Dave, no shame on you.
No,
Dave is coming back after that.
Ich denke,
and he's
das geht
gonna
locker
tell you
eine Stunde,
about,
wenn nicht sogar anderthalb.
Another one of our original chapters that we're going to do that has a major twist.
it's a little
to it.
spoiled on the picture right there. It says
Yep.
choose your own chapter, but just pretend you don't know what it means.
Pretend you can't read.
So I think that's enough. We can get things rolling now. Thank you,
I should
Matt.
just leave.
Es geht los.
What?
I'm just going to leave now.
Well, but he's going to come back. Don't worry, Matt.
I'll be back.
Matt's not done with the show by a long
Dankeschön,
shot.
Siri.
Thank
Danke
you,
für die
Matt.
Bestellung.
Fun.
Gibt einen Killerwunsch für dich. Bruder Riatobi, grüß dich.
And now we'll welcome Justin Brown and Jose
Probiere gerade Hibiskus
Ramos.
Acai, der ist super. Den mag ich sehr, sehr gerne.
Welcome, guys.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
So, Roadmap und
Jose is our executive
QOL-Updates. Jetzt
producer
wird's
on
spannend,
Dead by
Leute. Jetzt
Daylight.
wird's
He's
wirklich
the vice
spannend.
president as well, for people who care about that sort of thing. Justin is our senior director of product management.
Der Justin.
If you don't know what that means, he cares a ton about the game, actually. He's kind of one of the main people that my team talks to. from
Aber
the
nicht der
community team
Justin,
to
Pappaufsteller
help make
Justin, der ist
changes
irgendwie nicht mehr da.
happen in the game. And so that's why they're here, because yes, we have the content roadmap that we're going to talk about, which is cool and new stuff, but also
José erklärt
more
uns die
importantly,
Content Roadmap
quality of life, the quality of life
und der andere
initiative
Justin
without these
erklärt
guys.
uns die Quality of Life Changes.
Absolutely. It is one way to do my very first live stream, so that's pretty amazing.
Es ist sein erster Livestream,
Thank
er
you,
ist
thank
total
you.
aus dem Häuschen, man
I think
sieht's.
I will
Applaus
tell
für
my kids
José.
that there were
Immobile, grüß
12,000
dich.
people also. That's something like that. So yeah,
Ja, die
as
sind
you
auf
said,
PAX,
I think
deswegen ist es
we
live.
want to give you a sneak peek of our content roadmap leading us to the 10th year anniversary.
Okay, Content
Which is
Roadmap fürs
crazy
10.
to
Jahr.
say.
Jetzt kommt's.
We will also give you an update on our quality of life efforts.
Und
As you
Quality of
mentioned,
Life Efforts
something
werden Sie auch
incredibly
erklären.
Important for us, hopefully for you.
Das ist sehr
And
wichtig
we'll
für
make
Sie
sure
und für uns
to
hoffentlich
give you
auch.
all the details.
Und Sie werden uns alle
Of
Details
course.
geben.
And before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out, a thank you to the incredible Dead by Daylight team back
Ja,
home.
und danke an das
It is because
großartige
of their
Dead by
hard work
Daylight
and
Team.
passion that we're able to deliver this content
Ihr habt das
and
alles
this
möglich
quality,
gemacht,
you know, year after year.
Shout out to the DBD team.
Jahr für Jahr, weil Sie so engagiert und
Watching
passioniert an diesem tollen Game
while they
arbeiten.
work, I hope. So, sorry, that's loud. I told everyone they can go do quiet mic. I'm very loud. Why don't we talk about some of the highlights of the past year, Jose, real quickly?
Jetzt wollen Sie über die
Yeah,
Highlights
for sure.
von den letzten 2 Jahren reden.
So a lot of highlights, of course. I think the main focus was to bring things that you have waited for many years. I think the main one, of course, is 2v8. So
2
bringing
versus
2v8
8 ist die
live
große
was something
Errungenschaft der
that
letzten
we
2
really
Jahre.
wanted to achieve.
Das wollten wir ja alle haben und jetzt haben wir es
Is
gekriegt.
something that also you waited for a very long time and that now you can have. From a content standpoint, I think between Vecna, Dracula, Killer with
Ja,
a Dog
Content war auch
was
super.
also
Vecna,
the very
Dracula.
most recent chapter that we released. With Tokyo Ghoul was one
Der
of the
Tokyo
most
Ghoul ist
popular
auch Premium gewesen.
chapter ever, really, that we have had, and it was quite amazing for us.
And I
Das war
think
alles
you're a big
großartig
anime
und Sie
fan,
waren
so
auch
you
sehr
probably
begeistert von.
felt,
Yeah, and honestly, not only that, but the way we managed to bring the anime into the art sale of DBD, I think the team made really an amazing job.
Und die Art und Weise, wie das Art-Team
Shout out to our
halt
Anime
den
Fans.
Anime ins Spiel reingebracht hat, ist auch eine
Many of
großartige Sache. Ich meine,
our
gut, die
anime
Skins sind halt
fans in
wirklich gut,
Boston,
muss man schon so sagen.
Massachusetts.
Ja, die Skins haben sie gut hingekriegt. Die Ritze sieht schon ziemlich spritzig aus.
But also, you know, this chapter gave us a chance, an excuse to travel to Japan for the first time in a very long time. It was long overdue. I think Dave, Matt, and the rest of the team spent really quality time with them, and that's really what we want to do a bit more. You know, spending time with our community, going to events like this one, and more to come. We were in Scotland recently. We were in Sao Paulo for Gamescom.
Ach so, und dann machen sie jetzt auch noch so Live-Events, wie zum Beispiel PAX und noch so ein paar andere Sachen. Und das finden sie auch ganz besonders toll, weil sie dann quasi mit der Community in Touch sein können. Ach ja, und sie haben noch ein weiteres Chapter released, wobei ich das halt nicht als Chapter ansehe. Ich meine, gut, sie haben nur einen Killer rausgebracht und einen Survivor und jetzt haben sie nur den Survivor rausgebracht. Jetzt zeigen sie den Amazing Trailer von diesem aktuellen, tollen Steady Pulse heißt es, glaube ich, ne? Ja. Ja, es ist halt ein Survivor. Ein Survivor ist ein Skin und bringt halt 3 Perks mit. Das ist halt alles. Survivor sind für mich persönlich nicht so spannend. Ändert das Gameplay nicht grundlegend. Die Perks sind zwar jetzt auch nicht so schlecht, aber auch halt keine Meta-Perks. Also ja, haben wir alles schon gesehen. Ihr habt das Spiel die letzten Tage alle schon gegast. Die meisten von euch besitzen den DLC schon. Also eigentlich langweilig. Lückenfüller.
Yeah.
Ja, ich denke mal, das geht darum, dass es eine Krankenschwester ist, die halt Leben rettet.
A lot of fun teasers for Arella, so it was really cool to see people kind of fall in love with her before they even knew who she was. So we know people like teasers. We've heard that, so we're going to try to keep doing more teasers in the future. So thank you. And one last thing about Arella, actually, I think you see it on the screen right now. Very, very, very happy we're able to do this. We're running a charity initiative right now based on Arella with the St. Justine Foundation in Montreal. They help sick kids. So it's running already.
Also die machen hier so eine Aktion für kranke Kinder, die im Hospiz sind. Und zwar verkaufen sie hier die Skins vom 6. bis zum 27. Oh, es klingelt. Ich muss mal an die Tür. Bin sofort da.
With Orxels, please. Orxels. And 100% of the proceeds are going to that amazing foundation, which was important to us. It's a local one in Montreal. Thank you. We actually have a twist coming up in that campaign, too. Stay tuned. Arella marks the last release of the Year 9 calendar. So we're going to dive in now to the Year 10 calendar, Justin.
That's right, and this is the time when I try to bite my tongue and not give you guys any spoilers. Sorry. I will say we have 5 chapters. 3 will be licensed, 2 will be original. Of course, the next chapter you guys already know. It's Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a killer and a map, but Dave and Matt are going to be up to talk way more about
Ich verpasse die Roadmap.
We're going to follow that up with another licensed
Juni,
chapter that will
neuer
feature
Killer,
2
neuer Survivor. Nee, neuer Killer, neue Map. Juli, 2 neue Survivor. Okay. September, neuer Killer, neuer Survivor, neuer Rift. Neue Killer, 2 neues. Boah, Junge. Das wird ja wirklich richtig toll wieder. Neuer Survivor, neuer Realm. Heißt das mehr als eine Map? Ingame-Event. Modifier 12 sagt, Modifier Ingame Event 12 sagt, okay.
We will close out the year with one
big nicht so frech da auf den billigen Plätzen.
Not one but 2 survivors. And the last one is actually very interesting. It's a very special chapter. You see there is no killer in there, and that's because there will be a survivor, but also a new realm that we know you are going to love.
Okay.
I wish I could spoil more.
März 2026 neuer Realm. Das wird wild.
In the future. And there will also be a twist on an existing
FNAF Killer will probably just give survivors random endurance for free. You mean like Ghoul? How are you doing, Gripper? Good to see you, my friend.
The team to be able to work on those quality of life elements. That's very important for us that, you know, we kind of focus on that.
Yes, which thank you for the wonderful segue, Jose. So for some of you, of course, the content is what drives you and excites you, the new content that comes to DBD. But I also think for a lot of you, and myself included, who, I talk to the community every day, the quality of the game, the quality of health of the game is just as important as the new stuff. So that's what we're going to talk about now. Like I said earlier, I'm really psyched that this is being prioritized, as Jose just mentioned.
Okay, jetzt reden Sie über Quality of Life, weil das ja auch super wichtig ist für das Spiel. Nicht nur neuer Content, sondern eben auch Quality of Life. Grüß dich, Setsuno. Ja, wir gucken Stream.
Jose, why don't you take it away?
Yeah. So again,
das heißt ja, dass die FNAF-Map wieder zu einem bestehenden Realm hinzugefügt werden müsste, ja? Hoffentlich zu Eerie. Das würde ich feiern.
To apply that feedback and to improve the overall experience of DBD.
Ja, wenn ihr eure Overall Experience improven wollt, dann macht doch mal, dass das Spiel nicht mehr so leckt wie Hundescheiße. Das wäre ja schon mal was.
The last release that we just had, we know has brought bugs on some of the killers.
Ja.
And that's something that we want to react very quick.
Also sie wollen die Killer-Bugs jetzt schnell fixen. Da bin ich ja mal gespannt.
Yeah, and just to mention on this week's release, maybe a little rocky, we are holding our hot fix schedule a couple extra days so we can get more fixes into it. Still coming next week, hoping to fix as many of the bumps in the road that we ran across with this week's.
Okay, also bis zur nächsten Woche wollen sie so viele Bugs wie möglich fixen. Das kann ja wieder lustig
werden. If you've watched the live streams over the last couple of years, this is the moment when I would usually tell you about the 4 pillars we based our roadmap on.
Okay.
But this year we're doing things differently. It's all around one central North Star, which is to make sure that Dead by Daylight.
Also normalerweise haben sie so 4 Säulen, um die sie das drumherum aufbauen. Aber dieses Mal haben sie aber einen Nordstern, dem sie folgen wollen.
Actually, I want to mention, we've already started rolling out the quality of life stuff. The first feature, major feature of it was the Abandon feature, which went out last
Das Abandon Feature war gut.
It was pretty well received. We got also a lot of great feedback on how we can tweak it to be even better. So it's been a cool way to kick off the initiative with a big feature that helps to address.
Eigentlich war es ja mal eine Surrender-Option und keine Abandon, aber naja, reden wir nicht drüber.
Issues that you know are already there. We did fix some critical issues. The skill check release window, which had been sort of a plague for a long time.
Die Loslass-Skill-Checks sollen weg sein, aber ich hatte tatsächlich immer noch welche, ihr auch?
We also finally added perk previews, which we had tested a long time
ago. Ich hoffe, dass sie auch mal machen, dass man als Killer schneller Runden bekommt. Wenn mehr Survivor als Killer sind, wird das nie der Fall sein. Wenn mehr Killer als Survivor sind, wird das nie der Fall sein. Also wenn mehr Leute als Killer suchen.
The intention is never to make it more grindy. In fact, it should be the opposite, if anything. So we're going to look at the numbers. We're going to see if there's tweaks we have to make on the quest system. But we're really happy that you can finally make progress on more than one quest in a match.
Ja, das Quest-System wollen sie auch noch aufbauen. Sie wollen das nicht grindy, noch mehr grindy machen, sondern sie wollen das eigentlich machen, dass man schneller durchkommt. Und wenn das nicht ganz passt, dann tweaken sie dann noch ein paar Werte. Aber das kann man halt auch wirklich. Hatte ich doch auch, wo wir unterwegs waren. Ja, klar, es hat wieder nicht so ganz funktioniert.
So we've got an asset we can put up on the screen to help us for the next section.
Jetzt zeigen Sie was für die nächste Section hier. Revan, danke für die 31 Monate. Danke für den tollen Support.
A few ones that I really want to highlight is everything you see in blue. So in green is what we have released. In blue is what is going to actually be released just in June. So very, very soon around the
Also grün ist das, was sie released haben, und blau ist das, was sie noch machen wollen.
For example, the gamma setting. We know that it can be tough when it comes
Gamma
to the
Setting wollen sie machen, das ist quasi Kontrast.
Especially for console players.
Grüß dich, Laffenkoffen.
Deal with those gamma settings is again.
Go Next Prevention soll auch kommen, da bin ich gespannt.
Next Prevention is quite important, encouraging survivors to not give up at first.
Survivor sollen nicht direkt am Haken aufgeben.
We want to fix and improve. And one last one, sorry, that I wanted to discuss a bit more in details is the bulk blood point spending.
Bulk blood point spending.
I was watching the stream of one of my favorite content creators just a few days ago with the release of Orella. She was super excited, saved millions and dozens of millions of blood points. And it takes a while. It takes a long time.
Sie wollen das so machen, dass man halt mehrere Millionen Blutpunkte viel schneller ausgeben kann.
In a matter of few seconds is, I think, again, a small step for DBD, massive leap for DBD players for sure.
And this is how we find out I'm not your favorite content creator? Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. No, that's great.
Sind die da geflamed worden?
I've had a few people come to the booth here at PAX just talking about the bulk blood point spending too. So glad that that's almost here.
Almost there. Oh yeah, no, actually there is another one, which is custom game improvements. So this one is actually for me a cool story. We had
custom match, yeah.
Custom matches.
Ach so, die wollen Verbesserungen am Custom Match
I want to
machen.
make sure everyone hears Jose. Custom match improvements.
Custom match improvement. Yes, we had a really great conversation with tournament organizers.
Die haben mit Tournament-Organisationen gesprochen und wollen das jetzt mal in Angriff nehmen.
And the list was really good, but then we asked, but what is the top priority that you have? Because we want to make sure that we will be quick to deliver on this.
Dann haben sie gefragt, was die Top-Priorität ist.
And they wanted to move from 1 spectator slot to 5 spectator slots.
Die wollen 5 Spectator-Slots
to be
reinmachen.
able to shift pretty easily from one player to another, and we are going to bring those things right into this June release as well.
Also im Juni bekommst du im
Yeah, and of course that's not where we're going to end with custom match. That's just what we're delivering in June. In the future, throughout the year, we're going to add more customization options to custom match, including the ability to start selecting limited time event modes in custom match specifically, which will be very cool.
What about 2v8? Can that be in custom match too?
Yes, it will include 2v8 in custom.
Oh yeah.
Die werden im Custom Game Mode, wenn die 2 vs. Arsch machen.
Dave,
ja, Junge, dann kannst du mit deiner Community 2 vs. Arsch spielen.
We built this list.
Ich fall vom Stühlchen.
To be really involved in building this list based on your feedback that we've seen out in the community over years, some of these things. And we're going to continue doing that. So continue giving us your feedback, even as they release, like the abandoned feature. We know you don't get it one and done. We want to iterate and make them as good as they can be. So keep that up. It's not just lip service. Your feedback is super, super important.
Das abandoned Feature wollen sie auch noch weiter verbessern.
And now, phase 2. We've already talked about stuff that people generally knew about.
Okay, und jetzt kommt das Neue.
Half of our quality of life initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. And so phase 2 is meant to take us through to the end of the year and even beyond. And we are going to deliver a little bit more than we had even previously communicated.
Jetzt kommt's, jetzt bin ich
I
gespannt.
guess I'll give it to Jose to tell us a bit more.
Yes, so the first thing that you can see on the screen, all the measures that we want to take in order to improve camping, slugging, tunneling.
Camping, slugging, tunneling
wollen
wir was dran machen.
In the coming weeks and in the coming months.
MMR
we want
Update, ja.
to do it right. It's something that we want to carefully craft, and we want to also discuss more with our community and our content creators to make sure, again, we do it right. There is things like the keyboard and mouse support that we are going to bring actually in the summer, along with balance changes for map and keys that you are going to give us more details.
Balance changes
So mapping
für
keys,
Maps
for the
und
longest
Key
time, we've had
Items.
5 survivor items,
geändert
of which
werden.
only 2, maybe 3 have felt relevant. There's been these 2 sort of semi-relevant map and key items for a long time. We wanted to give survivors a big update. We always update killers. We don't do a lot for survivors.
Sie wollen jetzt demnächst mal wirklich ein dickes Update für die Items von den Survivors machen.
Basically a consumable version of Windows of Opportunity, if you can imagine that, which is very cool.
Okay.
And then keys are going to focus on revealing the killer's aura. They will still open the hatch. And there's also going to be some new gameplay related to the chests.
Keys sollen generell eher so die Aura des Killers lesen und Maps sollen wohl Windows of Opportunity für eine kurze Zeit geben.
Guess
Ja,
so.
super.
So, in addition to bug fixes, there's a bunch of things we're super excited to tackle. The first, probably the biggest, is an MMR revamp. We've been hearing you guys complain about it for a long time.
Okay, MMR is
shit, guys. We really want to focus on making sure that MMR takes into account the actions you take in a game and how you play, as opposed to the current black and white, just
soll
survive
die
and kill.
Aktionen im
So that's
Spiel
gonna be a
mit
really
in
big
die
change
Wertung
coming to MMR.
reinrechnen.
We've heard it. We're
Und
excited
wie du
to deliver
spielst.
that. We're gonna
MMR revamp, people.
My question is, who cares? No one sees his MMR. You cannot
If
see
you don't know what
it,
that
so
means,
no
it's
one gives a fuck.
matchmaking, ranking.
It doesn't matter what
and
you change about it.
It'll help with matchmaking. We'll fix that.
Yeah. For the first time ever in an update, we're going to
Das
introduce a
interessiert doch
new
keinen.
survivor item this summer, which will be very cool, right in decor. It'll be exciting. Of course, we're bolstering our anti-cheat measures because that's always a problem.
Anti-Cheat
We're
machen
going to
sie auch noch
start
was
showing
dran.
you queue time, estimated queue time, which we
Ach
don't
so,
do right now.
geschätzte
which will be great
Queue-Zeit werden
this
sie dir
summer.
anzeigen. Toll.
And as much as we all love 2v8, we all know that there's one very, very, very big problem.
Yeah,
with
waiting
2v8,
times for
and
killers
that's
is
how
shit.
long you have to wait
Yeah.
as a killer
Yeah.
to get into a match. 12,
Yeah.
13, 14 minutes sometimes.
schön.
Not on the next iteration, but the one coming in the summer, we're going to introduce a play while you queue feature. So you can queue up as killer. While you're queued up as killer, you can play matches as survivor in 2v8. While you wait, it'll hold your spot in line. You come back to the lobby.
Du
and you're
kannst
ready
jetzt
to
mit
queue
der
up as
nächsten,
your killer.
übernächsten
So
Variante
you don't have to
als
just sit
Killer
there and look
suchen
at
und
the lobby screen for
gleichzeitig
12,
Survivor
13, 14 minutes
spielen.
anymore.
Damit du
Just
die
a note
Zeit
on that. That's
überbrücken
coming very
kannst.
soon.
Ach, das ist ja toll. Das ist ja Premium.
It's coming very soon, but not in the next iteration of 2v8, which is even ultra soon. So the next 2v8, just so your expectations are set. Okay, one last thing, we do need to wrap it. I got the wrap it up signal about 5 times now. If you're a content creator in the audience, we also have some quality of life for you. We are overhauling the Dead by Daylight Creator Program completely.
Das Creator-Programm wird überarbeitet. Ja, das kann ja wieder toll werden.
And that's going to include what's called a Support a Creator system, which maybe you know from other video games. It allows you to support your favorite creator. The idea is that be a wide way for pretty much any deserving creator to be able to work with us, get stuff from us, and get rewarded. So stay tuned, we're going to talk a lot more about that in our next broadcast.
Deinen Lieblingscreator supporten und wenn du das machst, dann arbeiten die Devs unter anderem unter Umständen mit dem zusammen. Wir arbeiten sowieso nicht zusammen. Mein Name steht bei dir auf einer schwarzen Liste. Das sag ich dir aber. Man wird wieder Funkwhisperer. Vorher friert die Hölle zu.
You okay for me to go?
Ja, go for it.
I think some people here want to hear about Five Nights at Freddy's.
Ja, Junge. Also wenn ich nochmal Fockficker werde, ne?
Bring out Dave and Matt to tell you all about it. Thank you, everybody.
Kannst du deine eigene Map erstellen? Ja, in Paint kannst du die malen und dann kannst du die Patrick schicken. Und der druckt sich die dann mit einem 3D-Drucker aus und hängt sich die übers Bett. Bewirb dich. Ja, ihr müsst mich bewerben, habt ihr doch gehört. Ihr müsst doch hingehen und Support a Creator machen, damit Patrick und Konsorten auf mich aufmerksam werden. Ja, das habe ich beim letzten Mal schon versucht, haben sie mich rausgeschmissen. Was hat mehr für eine
awesome to be back here?
It's amazing to be back here. It's nice to see you, even though I don't see quite well. It's nice to see you in person. Also, I to everybody.
Ich freue mich schon, die aufgesetzte Lache von den Foxes in Custom Lobbys mit dir zu hören. Da ist er, derjenige. Ich werde dich sowas von bewerben. Hören Sie bitte auf, guter Mann. Ist das eine Drohung oder was ist das?
All right, so of course being here is pretty special, and we're here. It's perfect that we're here to announce and to reveal a little bit more of our top requested, of all time of the history of Dead by Daylight, the top requested.
Mein eigenes Shirt, ja.
Yeah, so
da steht dann aber "Fuck you very much" drauf auf meinem Shirt.
Said, it is one of those crazy games. It's such an amazing story. They released about 10 years ago, just like we did.
Nein, ich bin
it was
richtig
one of the
hier.
first
Livestream.
indie horror games. Today it is a gigantic behemoth of a game and universe, actually. And we are thrilled to have Five Nights at Freddy's Universe
Five Nights at Freddy's Universe. Da habt ihr euch letztes Jahr wieder liegen lassen. Da redet wieder keiner mehr drüber.
So of course, the team has had a blast creating this chapter. It's such an amazing universe to explore. And I just wanted to say really quickly that
ich bin auch sehr gespannt, Maxi.
We survey our community
Oder
to
Maxim.
know what
Maxim.
you want out of licenses and content, and we listen to it. And Five Nights at Freddy's has been the top of the list for the longest time. Yep. So finally, it's here.
Endlich
so
ist es da.
With Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, okay, so
Was machen
let's
Sie
start
jetzt?
and reveal our new killer.
Sie zeigen jetzt den Killer.
Let's
Los!
show that bad boy.
Zeig den Killer. Jetzt bin ich gespannt. Was ist das für eine Gurke? Was kann der? Hui, hui, hui. Springtrap, da ist er. Trapper 2.0, sag ich. Das wird eine richtige Gurke. Hui, hui. Ja, da haben wir ja wieder viel gesehen. Er kann laufen. Ja, 110% hoffe ich doch mal. Wer wird zumindest Schifter gebeutelt am Tor? Ja.
Okay.
Grüß dich, Tamira. Wie geht's dir?
Well, thank you for that. So I guess we made the right choice.
Yeah, I guess we made the right choice. Auf jeden Fall.
Yeah, it was obvious to us too. Of course, Springtrap is the ultimate villain of the series, and for the first time ever, you'll be able to be in the suit. Isn't that amazing? You'll be the killer. You'll be Springtrap.
He will be known as the animatronic in our game.
Absolutely, yes.
Warum hat er eigentlich diese komische Brille auf?
The animatronic. Today we won't go into the power or the perks.
Wir zeigen nicht die Power und nicht die Perks.
We're not revealing a lot, but
ach Junge, dann ist er langweilig.
We'll show some screenshots later, and if you watch closely, you might see something very interesting. We're adding
Aber sie zeigen
on
Screenshots.
top of the killer a very interesting survivor and killer mechanic that's quite
Es
unique
kommt
to
eine
this
neue
chapter
Survivor- und
that
Killer
will appear
Mechanik
every
mit rein,
time you
toll.
play as Springtrap or that you face Springtrap. So you might get a clue about this.
Das wurde also
so obviously, we will reveal more of that.
I'm old, I don't care. Give me Predator.
Weeks,
Yeah, exactly.
In another stream.
That's what I'm on about.
But I want to say that the power and the perks are really authentic to the universe of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes. Now, one of the other ways that we like to bring authenticity to the content.
This is all a big nothing burger. They don't explain us how the killer actually works.
There are going to be a few really cool ones as we release this, but there's one we absolutely need to talk about today. A legendary outfit for Springtrap that we will have.
Wird doch eh wieder ein GT-Killer. Ja, halt einfach nur eine fette Lizenz.
And we're going to show a little thing.
Okay. Ach nee, was ist denn das jetzt schon wieder? Ist das ein Skin für den oder was? Wer ist das? Ich kenne den nicht. Wir haben auch nichts zum Kollege auf Live gesagt. Nein, ist wieder alles nichts gewesen. Alles nur ein Nothing Burger. No power, no perks, waste of our time. Yeah, they also didn't explain what they're gonna do about the anti-camp, anti-slug, anti-tunnel.
As portrayed by the absolutely talented Matthew Lillard.
Was ist das? Ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich weiß es nicht. Ich bin nicht Generation Furznaid. Ich habe auch keine Ahnung, was das war.
Not only are we gonna have his pretty face in the game, but he was nice enough to record all the voiceover for the characters.
Haben die da vorne wirklich eine Ahnung von dem, was das oder wer das war? Das ist der von Film. Welcher Film?
That's exactly what I said when I heard that.
Wir sind genauso schlau wie vor über einem Jahr.
Hold on a sec. I do the stupidest thing ever. The way I get into this thing is I do like an ape thing. So hold on a sec.
Scott Cawthon.
Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. Ollie, Ollie, oxen free. Ready or not, here I come.
Schön. Wunderbar. Predictor. Ich bin raus.
Fun.
Ja.
He is such a cool guy.
Ja.
So as you've seen, there is no survivor
Like literally
in this chapter.
Predactors.
But, but
das wird damals neuer Main. Da musst du viel auf den Tisch legen. Da kommt wirklich. Ich kenne ihn nicht
we couldn't do
tatsächlich.
this without, of course, the iconic location of Freddy Fazbear Pizzeria.
You have things? Oh yeah.
Ach nee, das wird eine Greenville Map, oder? Das ist auf der Map von
So we took inspiration from the first game. So,
ach nee, komm, hör doch auf. Das wird
it.
ganz furchtbar wieder.
So instead of looking at it through camera, you're actually going to walk in it.
Also so vom Hören
and it's filled with Easter eggs, surprises, and of course, jump scares.
Greenville Square und was war noch die andere Map? Garten der Liebe, oder?
And there's also one
This announcement is
fantastic...
wasting my life. It is,
I'll
yeah.
let you
But
react
so is
to this
DBD.
a little bit more, I think.
So it suits the picture.
It is cool. It's an
Ich sehe dich schon
awesome
mit dem
map. The team
Rumorgeln.
did
Ja,
great.
ja, ich auch.
Can't wait for you to play into it. So
Warum habe ich eigentlich
there's
was
also
anderes
something
erwartet?
very cool, a quality of life feature that we're adding with this chapter. We will add
Der ist einer
a
der
separate
Killer der
queue
neuen
where
Der
you'll
spricht
be
den
able
einen
to
Skin da
go
von dem Killer. Ja, ja.
exclusively
Es
in
gibt einen
this
Skin für den neuen Killer.
And that's something that's going to be present for every upcoming map in the future also.
Yeah, let us know if you actually like the feature, and that's what we'll do. All right.
Was haben die jetzt gesagt? Ich habe nicht
I
aufgepasst.
mean, if
Welches
everybody
Feature?
hates it, we'll take it out, but
Ich hasse die Breakable Walls. Nimmst du die jetzt auch raus?
we try to listen, is what I'm saying.
Ich konnte es auch nicht hören. Ich habe dazwischen
What
gequatscht.
else?
Muss ich gleich nochmal anhören.
Well, I think we're actually out of time on this one, so it's okay. There's going to be a big stream. Also, you should know, especially there might be a few people here who are big fans of Five Nights at Freddy that do not know Dead by Daylight so well yet. So go check out our socials, check our newsletter.
Die
We
Map-
will be teasing quite a lot and
Und die
giving
Map
a lot more
recycelt. Da hat
information
man
in
wieder
the weeks leading up to
Kosten
the
noch Mühen
actual
gescheut. Ja, ja.
release. So
Irgendwie
right
ein
now,
neues
Dave and
Feature
I
auf den
will
Maps.
scoot. Dave will be back later, don't worry. And right now we'll leave the room to Rose and Eric to take you through some of the really cool collections
Ach,
coming
wir kommen
this year.
jetzt schon zu den Collections? Junge. Das geht aber super schnell. Wir sind doch noch gar nicht lange mit dabei, oder? Ja, toll. Upcoming Collections, nackte Sables,
What is it we're
incoming.
removing? We're removing the map?
It is cool, right, guys, right?
I couldn't hear
Please
backstage.
agree. Damn, dude.
So
yeah,
Five Nights at Freddy's, huh? Wow. How do we follow that?
I have no idea.
Well, I'll tell you how, Rose.
Skins.
Collections.
How to spend your money on this game.
See?
Yeah, they want to advertise their new
for
skins
joining us,
right
Rose.
now.
Rose is
Naked
as
Sable
often as we can,
incoming.
we get her on stream to share the
I bet
cool
we are gonna get
cosmetics
the
that are
Sable
planned,
skin.
and today is no exception. So why don't we dive in, because this show is running by us very quickly. So speaking of very quickly, I want to remind people or let people know maybe for the first time, about a year ago, we did a community contest where people got to submit designs for killers and survivors, among other things. And they've just started rolling out in this week's update. So I think we have a little image or video.
Okay.
Maybe. We got Jake Lone Wolf.
Ja gut, die sind doch schon drin. Wen
Jake
interessiert das
Lone
denn
Wolf
jetzt?
outfit by Fairy Kun, Little Friend Badge by Yuki Yamato, and Singularity Death Top by It's Your Boy. You may have heard some discussion about the Singularity.
Los, mein Freund.
That it's missing something on its face. Should we add the frowny face back to that? Now we have to. I'm sorry.
Fine.
This is how community people pressure the devs to do things.
No.
Just for you, though. Just for you.
Thank you, Rose. So we'll be doing that, so stay tuned. And we have a bunch more winners that are going to be rolling out in Rifts throughout the year. So thanks again to everyone who submitted.
Gewinner, die sie dann in den Rifts von den kommenden
So, cosmetics, sorry for shouting. So there's a really exciting one, Rose, that, you know, taps into maybe a video game relevant audience.
So, as you guys might already know, we love dark fantasy at Dead by Daylight. As you can tell from our Fortune Fog and Dungeons and Dragons chapters, now we're super thrilled to be inviting another incredible fantasy world into the world of Dead by Daylight with...
Oh nee, jetzt kommt wieder eine neue Collection. Ritter! Ich sehe doch schon das Kettenhemd. Guck mal, Danny. Ja, The Witcher kommt zu Dead by Daylight. Junge, ich brech ab. Ich brech zusammen. Das kann doch schon wieder nicht wahr sein. Geralt von Nvidia. So ist es.
You guessed it, The Witcher Collection, coming out on June 3rd.
June 3rd, very soon.
3. Juni, passend zum Geburtstag.
So fans of The Witcher, of which
Ich kann das alles nicht mehr, nee.
I hope we got some other, sounds
Wann
like
kriegen
we
wir
have some other Witcher
Cyberpunk?
fans here. It's a cosmetic collection of 6 new Witcher-themed outfits coming to the Fog.
6 neue Witcher-Skins.
And of the 6, there are 2
Was ein Verrat. Ja, ich sag dir, Final Fantasy kommt auch noch.
The first one being the Leshen outfit for the artist.
Artist, Junge. Den Killer kannst du vergessen.
And
Wer
of
kauft sich denn
course,
dafür einen Skin?
Geralt of Rivia outfit for Vittorio.
Victorio wird der Geralt. Ach nee, dann kannst du dich von dem auch noch teabaggen lassen.
So one of the best
Ach
parts
ja,
of
ist das
Geralt's
gut.
outfit is that it comes with a great new batch of voice
Ich beantworte dir deine Frage gerne, Sabrina. Wie konnten sie nur? Geld, 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 Geld.
Original voice actor.
Shout out to Doug Cockle. Any fans
Sogar
of
mit
him?
Voice
He's
Actor.
actually in attendance at PAX this weekend. I saw. He's down in the
Warum denn
signing
der?
area,
Ja,
so go
warum
meet him
wohl?
after the show.
Hatte der nicht auch
And
so
that's
eine
not all.
Blondinenfreundin
In
oder so?
addition,
Der
we
Geralt?
also
Ich
have
glaube, oder? Ich
very
habe das Spiel nie
outfits
gespielt.
For Yennefer,
Ach nee. Junge.
Ciri,
Ist das ein wichtiger Charakter? Ach, die Ciri gibt's auch. Guck mal, Ciri, du bist im Spiel
Chris
drin.
Marigold.
Guck mal. Schön.
and
Kaufen, kaufen,
Aridin.
kaufen. Wer ist das? Der Ritter! Ja, guck mal hier. Da sind wir doch.
So
Sauron.
stay tuned. We'll release more info on our socials later.
Finally, what we've all been waiting for.
I actually
Exactly.
didn't know we were going to show all those. That's
Shut up
great.
and take my money.
We change things at the last minute a lot of times. So those look fantastic. I'm excited. Just a note about if you're wondering, if you're kind of deep into this game, his medallion, Geralt's medallion, the eyes light up in the Witcher. That's not going to happen in our game because you know the entity doesn't want him to have kind of
Suppresses all magical powers.
yeah. So in case people were worried about that, it's not happening. Okay, so
We also have some super cool Witcher-themed rewards attached to an upcoming Chaos Shuffle event.
Chaos Shuffle,
Not at the
Witcher
same
themed
time.
reward. Sweet.
And one of them is this
Die Frage ist, wie die Ingame aussehen. Ach
amazing
nee.
Geralt in the Tub player
Schön,
card.
toll, wunderbar. Da werden die Beinchen breit gemacht.
We couldn't
Ganz
talk
toll, das
about The Witcher
brauchen wir.
without sharing this,
Ja.
so enjoy.
Our requisite feet content has been met for the show.
Ja. Jenny in der Burg. Exactly.
yes, June 3rd
Butcher,
is
danke
right
für
around
den
the
Tier
corner.
3er. Wie
Get
geht's dir?
psyched.
Danke für die 37 Monate.
But we still have some more to
Gamma,
show
mach
you,
für mich die
other
Beine
things.
breit.
Done with The Witcher for
Das
now,
wird
but
niemals
other things.
passieren, mein Freund.
So,
Wie geht's dir?
our friend
Schön, dich
Matt,
zu
who you
sehen.
just saw, a tall guy, big
Danke für
bushy
den tollen
eyebrows
Support.
back in the day.
Weiß ich sehr zu schätzen.
He did a TV show with the Boulet brothers called Dragula.
Aber ich
And they
kann
did a
gerne eine
Dead by
Runde
Daylight themed
Killer für dich
episode, which
spielen.
was flipping cool.
Oder wir spielen, wenn
why
2 vs.
not
Arsch
turn it
rauskommt.
around and now bring them
Mir geht's super,
into Dead by
danke schön.
Daylight.
Danke der Nachfrage. Danke
Yeah,
für
it
den
was
Tier
super cool.
3er.
I'm jealous of Matt, but they also have a video to talk to us about it.
All right.
This is Dracula and Swanthula, your queens
Okay.
of darkness, the Boulet brothers, and we are so excited about our crossover with Dead by Daylight. One of my favorite episodes of the show is when we did our Dead by Daylight challenge, and our cast had to come up with looks worthy of
Was haben die denn
becoming
gemacht,
a
die
new
4K
killer
Challenge?
skin in Dead by Daylight.
The
Ich
Boulet Brothers
breche
collection
zusammen.
will feature 2 outfits. The first is the iconic outfit for the
Wer ist das
Huntress.
denn? Ich habe keine
modeled
Ahnung,
after
welchen
the
Film wir
design
gerade
for
sind.
that episode.
Ich sehe nur
The
Titten und
second
Nippel.
is the Boulet Brothers artist outfit for the artist, which is a mix of both of us. Keep an eye out for that collection releasing on July 8th.
We'll see you in the fog.
Das war letztes Jahr schon angekündigt, ja. Naja.
Look at that.
Ist das Huntress oder was?
Couple of concepts here of what you just saw.
Artist. Okay. Ja, Skins. I'm not gonna
We're
buy
keep
any
it rolling
skins
because this show doesn't
anymore.
have a limited time. So next up is something from the extended world of Dead by Daylight.
Yep.
What can you tell us about this one?
So last year, Supermassive Games released The Casting of Frank Stone, which explored the origins of a brand new killer. This year, Frank Stone in his transformed state will be entering the entity's trials as a cool new legendary outfit for the Trapper.
Okay.
You can look for the Frank Stone's champion outfit
Ach, der
to be released
Frankenstone, der
in
kriegt auch nochmal einen
September.
Skin. Ja, wunderbar.
And just as a note, if you played the game, you know that's a screenshot from the casting of Frank
Was ein
Stone. It's not an
Fiebertraum.
in-game shot.
Wie
just
viele
yet
gute
from
Spiele
Dead by
willst
Daylight.
willst du ja noch
That is what it's
demütigen?
based on. So
Ich habe in deren Wort geguckt. Es ging eben darum, dass es für jede neue Map eine Queue geben wird, mit der man gezielt auf eine neue Map gehen kann.
It is now 80% off right now.
Du kannst also für eine spezifische Map queuen.
Go play
Toll.
that amazing game. And shout out to Supermassive.
Dann queuen alle Nurses for the game.
Okay, last one that Rose has brought for us today is adding some new outfits
Für die
to
neuen,
an
ach so.
existing fan favorite collection.
Yep, we're adding 2 new outfits to the Tomb Raider collection. Both of which are releasing on August 5th. The first one is Laura's classic ensemble, which is the iconic
Tomb
look.
Raider, Lara Croft.
Ach so, die Original Tomb Raider. Oh, wow. Skins,
Yep,
skins,
this
skins.
is the
Go,
iconic
come,
look
buy,
that
buy,
started
buy.
it all for Tomb
Spend
Raider,
your
and
money.
We're super happy to be bringing it to Dead
Ja.
by Daylight. We'll
Grüß dich,
also be
Amno, wie
adding
geht's dir?
in
Schön, dich
another
zu sehen.
outfit, but we'll be sharing more news about that in the future.
Yeah.
Ja.
Wasn't ready yet. Just stay tuned.
Fans will recognize it though.
That's true. Get hype. Thank you so much,
Ohne
Rose.
dreieckige
I
Titties
told
ist
you
das
this
kein
would be
Original
fine.
Tomb Raider.
And
True.
FNAF is a big
Rick and
deal,
Morty,
but these
yeah,
are a big
true.
deal too, right, guys?
We're getting the Teletubbies at some point in time, I promise.
So there's plenty of other collections that are still going to be releasing. We just don't have a million years on the show to show you all of them.
So
So
ist
stay
das.
tuned. Check out Dead by Daylight, our social media, and you can catch
Juicy,
us.
so ist das.
And now, Rose, I will bid you adieu. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
Gut, dass man als Killer seine Skins nicht sieht, da spart man Geld als Killer. Die Leute kaufen die Skins trotzdem.
Folks, now you got to spend a minute with me. I'm sorry. So we are here for Dead by Daylight's 9th anniversary, but we are also Behavior, a game studio that does other things, and we thought, why not just take just a minute to tell you about something cool that we're doing
Ach, wieder ein neues
outside of Dead by
Spiel.
Daylight. There is a desire from ourselves to help out and publish other smaller horror games where we can, and our first foray into that is with an amazingly cool
Sag's ihnen doch nicht so direkt, das tut denen doch weh.
called It Has My Face. Not my face, don't worry. So it is a first-person roguelite set in a dystopian city, and within the city you have to find and kill your own clone, if the clone doesn't kill you first. It has my face, started as a game jam creation by Nightbite Studios, which is 2 people.
Ist aber nicht von denen, die wollen noch was anderes unterstützen.
Recorded a little message for us today just to introduce themselves. So let's go to that.
Hello everyone, I am Salih, founder of Nightbite Games and the lead developer of It Has My Face. The game actually started as a jam game around the theme of clones, and the response was amazing. After the jam, I kept working on it for years, and later my brother joined the project. We are a tiny team making this really unique and awesome game with lots of love, so I hope you enjoy the game as much as we do making it every day. Thank you for your support and stay tuned for more news.
And can we see some of your game? Or okay. Ach so, ein Indie-Dingen wieder. Okay. Kill your clone. Okay. Ich wette, die meisten, die da sind, die interessiert das überhaupt gar nicht. Die Werbung bringt nicht viel. Okay. 2 Leute, die das entwickeln, sind das. Ja. Was ist das? Ja, so eine Art Indie-Game, wo du irgendwie deinen Klon töten musst in einer Stadt. Also die bewerben da halt so ein Indie-Horror-Game quasi, was von 2 Leuten entwickelt wird. Keine Ahnung, ob die denen jetzt da irgendwas gezahlt haben, dass sie da erwähnt werden von den DB-Doodle-Devs. Ja, ich denke aber, die meisten wird das nicht interessieren. It has my face, okay. Bezüglich deiner Frage vorhin, was los ist, habe seit Dienstag eine Entzündung am rechten großen C. Ist zwar schon deutlich besser, hat mir aber die ganze Woche ziemlich viel Energie gezogen. Gute Besserung. Wird schnell wieder gesund.
Early access later this year. One last thing from the extended world of
Enjoy my AI-made game.
Who has heard of Red Hook Studios, the creators of Darkest Dungeon? Yeah. Well, they are also doing their anniversary stream today from PAX. It is later today, in fact, the anniversary for Darkest Dungeon 2. It's at 6 p.m. right here from PAX if you want to check it out. It's not at PAX. I'm lying, but it's today. I'm at PAX, and my brain is melted. Red Hook's second anniversary stream for Darkest Dungeon 2 is at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can check it out on Twitch at Red Hook Studios. I believe we're even going to be hosting it on our own channel, so if you're lazy, you can just stay here. And that's your Eric Pope interlude. We're going to get back to the fun action now with Dave Richard. Dave, come out here.
Ich glaube, jetzt geht's zum Ende. I want to start drinking, but I need to work in 4 hours.
Hi, Dave.
Hello, Eric.
I got to readjust myself.
There are many jobs for which it's a requirement Dave, to be drunk to start working.
Down, so we're gonna zip through this, but this is an awesome one. This one is my personal favorite thing of the entire show.
As it should, yes.
It is. So it's a new original chapter coming.
Yep.
A new killer, new survivor.
Yes.
And that's kind of all we know.
Yeah, we don't know anything about this chapter because you have not created it yet.
Okay, was kommt jetzt? Created chapter.
What does that mean?
What does that mean, Dave?
Yeah, okay. Okay, so obviously we have an amazing community. They have a lot of creativity. We've seen it in, homemade killers and some pitches online, how to balance the game, everything.
Was the last one
we want to
bad?
Be able to
this is actually god awful.
A chapter from scratch with all
game nearly a decade old. Announcement shit to buy and maybe we'll fix some stuff. Last year it was the same.
Yeah, so it's
last year it was even worse because it was not even a live stream. It was a recording which they presented to us as a live stream.
We really want you to experience what it's like to build a whole chapter. So Dave,
it's always the same. Waste of time.
How did this idea germinate and come about?
Well, we've been thinking about it for quite a bit. We wanted to make sure that we could do this right. And I think we found the right format.
I think so. So do you want to talk about the format, or do you want to tease it a little more?
I guess. Okay. So basically what we want to do is we will not go just, hey, let's get comments online and do something people suggest. We want to make sure that we give you the right choices to build this so that we end up with something extraordinary that everybody will love. And so we are using a choose-your-own-adventure format for this. Matt is like, ooh, Matt's impressed backstage. Thank you, Matt.
We have some folks here pretty young, might not know what choose-your-own-adventure is.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you don't know what it is, it's basically a series of books, and you read a story, there's a great narrative, and then you have a choice to make at every page that will bring you either to the dungeon, to open a door, and then you go to that other page of the choice you've made until you die horribly or get out of the book. So we want to do something similar for building the character. So a strong narrative that will bring you into the creation of these creature, killer, survivor, whatever.
And so every week or 2 or 3, depending on how busy Dave is, you as a community get to vote on certain choices to build from step by step each of these characters.
Absolutely.
So I think the community is probably going to make something special with their choices and pretty wild. Do you want to kind of give an example of what they might look like, those choices?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's take a killer, for example. We would start with the high-level fantasy of who this character is. So, for example, we might ask, would you prefer to have a killer that's grounded into reality? Would you prefer a supernatural character, otherworldly character? And so we have these high-level fantasy, and then based on the top vote, we move on to, in the story.
How are you doing?
And so we would define a little bit more precisely. So, for example, if the top vote is supernatural, then maybe the other choice would be, is it an undead character? Is it a person that has occult supernatural powers? And so on until we'll define it, the whole fantasy, the narrative, and of course the power as well.
And so we're going to do the same for Survivor, right?
Absolutely. Of course, Survivor don't have powers, but they have perks to define. They have a rich backstory. Why do we empathize with them? So you'll get to forge this story, what relationship they have and how it defined this Survivor.
Yeah, so essentially you'll be in game, you see, oh, I got a new choice to make this week. You go and vote, and then maybe the next week or the next time we check in a couple weeks, you'll see the results of your previous vote. Okay, now we have an otherworldly killer.
Spannender, als es
and
eigentlich
then you
ist.
move on from there, is that right?
Celebrating the victory in World War II. It's 80th anniversary of the victory.
So just like in the
9th May in Russia is Saint Day.
Of course, you can always peek at
it's good that it's over. Long time ago, but yeah.
Cheat to get the best thing you want for you.
Rough time.
So in our process,
rough time. Let's hope that we won't have such a big war ever again.
Is a change your fate mechanic.
So we will always give you the choice
of the top winning choice that you voted on and the runner-up.
Kriegst alle paar Wochen ein Vote und kannst dir dann aussuchen, was du haben willst. Soll das halt ein super übernatürlicher Killer sein oder mit okkulten Fähigkeiten? Soll er untot sein oder, keine Ahnung, Vampir oder was auch immer, wie sie dir da vorgeben? Dann kannst du wählen. Dann gucken sie, was der Top-Vote ist und dann wird es dann am Ende irgendwas Komisches. Gehen denen die Ideen aus, oder was ist da los?
You should see the crazy flowchart Miro board he's built. It's amazing. So the idea is to take all these folks through the whole production cycle, yeah?
Yeah, so pre-production, we start with fantasy, teams, etc.
Emil,
and then when we finish this, we won't stop for production. We will involve you in production as well.
It's important for us to remember such a great victory.
We get to decide which outfit, which weapon is going to use. We see different concepts and we choose the best one. We will involve you into that. So, for example, for the killer's weapon, we would show you 3 different concepts of weapons with lore attached, the reasoning why the killer would use this, and you will vote on the one you want in the final.
Ich weiß nicht, ob das eine gute Idee ist, was die da machen.
It's a big experiment that I'm psyched to take you through, because you might actually learn something along the way about how flippin' complex.
Ich frage mich echt, warum die das machen. Die machen sich so viel Arbeit. Wenn die wirklich 3 Waffenkonzepte entwerfen wollen, das ist doch super viel Arbeit.
We'd love to be able to have more PTBs along the way too, so that you can also play the prototypes, which is something that you don't usually see.
Yep. So
I'm doing fine, thank you.
Matt's excited.
Have had a great day. Started earlier today in order to watch this wonderful Nothing Burger show here.
Anniversary, almost a year-ish from now. It's all about you, the community. So that's a really nice thematic way to build up towards it throughout the year, yeah?
Absolutely. So it's going to take a while. It's going to be a super nice adventure. Can't wait to see what you will choose, what you will build. We've done some internal tests, and every time we ended up with a different concept, which was amazingly interesting. And yeah, we want to have this available for our 10th anniversary year, so sometime in 2026.
Yeah, it's been super fun testing it internally. Dave's essentially been our dungeon master as we create this new character. It's super cool. So, right, we're not going to wait too long to get started. Just hang tight another couple weeks, and our first vote will roll out, and then we'll just go on from there. We can do pretty much what we want. We keep coming up with questions during this process, like, oh, what should we do for this? And the answer keeps coming back, well, whoa, let's let the community choose. So right down to the name of the chapter, you know, we're talking about everything. So we'll see.
Das wird ja eine wilde Nummer, ey. Ich wette, das wird ein richtiges Shit-Chapter. Man möge mich bitte klippen. Dieses Experiment geht direkt in die Mülltonne und das wird am Ende keiner spielen wollen, was dabei rauskommt. Ich sag's euch, was es ist. Ich sag euch das jetzt schon. 100%, das wird Shit. Das geht richtig in den Müll. Weiter, grüß dich.
We're shockingly on time, and that means I get to make a merch shout-out.
Ja, 100%. Das wird wieder was keiner haben will.
Matt's making his way out
und wir dann trotzdem extended, ja natürlich.
Maybe still get some, so it's not this one, the merch down at the booth, but that's selling out fast. And this you can get on the shop right now.
Hoffentlich wird getrollt und die wählen alle. So, nein, Bruder Reger Tobi, hoffentlich wird genauso wie bei mir getrollt und die machen überall Gleichstand, die Leute. Gebt euch Mühe, meine kleinen PPGs. Macht Gleichstand. Gleichstand ist das Schlimmste, was passieren kann bei so einem Vote. Ja. Die Community hat ein Ziel. Ich sag's dir, Lanzurada, ich sag's dir. Ist vorbeisteck richtig. Ist das live und auf der? Das ist tatsächlich so.
Because we heard Gorgiro was going to attend and we're like, cancel it. Let's not do anything special for this one.
So, if you've paid very close attention to the show, you will notice that we've already told you what the license coming after Five Nights at Freddy's is. So
you already told them throughout the show?
Yeah, there's been a bunch of clues hidden throughout our broadcast, a bunch of hints. So I want you to put on your tinfoil hats. Polly, we're looking at you. And then give us our best speculations and theories on what you think it is. Actually, anybody here knows?
Toll.
Shrek is what was shouted from the crowd if you're watching at home.
I think Shrek is in the maybe pile.
Schön.
He's not even joking.
So yeah, go on our socials, tag us, and give us your best speculations and your best guesses. We will let you know if you were right. Go back, watch the show.
We heard they like teasers, right? So let's do some teasing of what the next chapter is instead of just shouting it at you on a stage. Shout out to the Binding of Isaac, actually. They were just talking about us on Twitter, yeah. But it's
not. How the hell do you have a crowd of people for a new killer chapter and not show the killer? They showed him in a short trailer, but they didn't talk about the power and not about the perk, of course, yeah. Like, how does it happen? More of these people need to be fired.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah. I mean, they have some hidden hints.
We do have another stream coming shortly.
So if you didn't fall asleep and paid attention, maybe you're able to figure it out.
Freddy's chapter, how the gameplay works and all that. Stay tuned.
And come see us at the booth afterwards. We'll be happy to hug and shake hands.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers!
Okay. Like I said, a big nothing burger. Oh nee, oder? Das ist doch nicht wahr. Das kommt ja wirklich hier am Ende noch. Ach, Junge, nee. Nee. Da kommt ja wirklich noch Rick and Morty mit dazu. You were right, Griefer. You were right. Did you see that in the end? Rick and Morty. Also coming to Dead by Daylight. Ja. Ja. Es ist Premium. Also die haben die ganze Zeit nur die Roadmap und die Skins gezeigt. Und selbst da haben sie ja nichts zu gesagt. Also sie haben einen kurzen Teaser für einen Killer gezeigt. Sie haben aber nicht erklärt, was der kann. Sie haben nicht erklärt, welche Perks der hat. Sie haben gesagt, ja, wir haben hier und da Teaser und kleine Hints gegeben. Ihr könnt es ja raten und auf Social Media schreiben. Wenn ihr es erratet, dann sagen wir, was es ist. Ja, dann haben sie gesagt, was sie machen wollen für die nächste Roadmap. Da haben sie aber auch nichts Konkretes erzählt. Das Einzige, was sie gesagt haben, ist 12 vs. Arsch, da könnt ihr ja dann übernächste 12 vs. Arsch-Season, wenn ihr Killer wartet, könnt ihr Survivor spielen. Und dann seid ihr in der Queue, während ihr Survivor spielt. Junge, ich will Killer spielen und nicht Survivor. Bist du blöd oder was? Ich will Killer spielen. Ich will nicht Survivor spielen. Wofür queue ich denn für Killer, wenn ich das nicht spielen will? Ach nee. Worst Birthday Stream ever. And that's an achievement in itself. Ja. Haben die was zum Birthday gesagt? Ja, nix, außer dass der kommt. Aber nicht mal wann. Also, ja.